tonight in the next game, the Lakers and the New Orleans Pelicans, and it doesn't get any more athletic, Rob, than Zion Williamson. Zion, Rob, he's playing.
I forgot he was in the league, to be honest. I hear so little about him.
Rob, he's playing. Last year, to your point, he only played 29 games. Year before that, didn't play at all, missed the whole season. Year before that, which was his second, he played 61 games. And then his rookie season only played 24. So to your point, he hasn't played a lot of basketball. He's played less than 2 seasons. He's played less than 1.5 seasons. He's got 132 games on his resume. So I guess that's more than 1.5 seasons. But barely. Think about that. He's kind of like in his second year. But what I want to throw at you is he's averaging 22.7 points a game, shooting 57% from the floor, which is good, giving you, 5.8 rebounds. I like way more than that. But he is giving you a career high 4.9 assists. But to your point, Rob, we don't hear much. There's not any buzz about Zion anymore. He's 23 years old, and there is no buzz. Can you imagine if tonight's game, LeBron James and Anthony Davis,
this was a couple years ago,
against Zion 2 years ago, 3 years ago, it would be all the rage. People be going crazy to see what happens tonight. And now that's no longer the case. We talked the other day about Kevin Durant. You said you thought he was NBA dead.
Right.
He's as great as he's playing, there's no buzz. The buzz around Kevin Durant, whatever it may be, is 10 times louder than the buzz around Zion Williamson right now. Am I agree? You agree with that?
I agree. I just told you. I didn't even realize he was playing. Like, for real, Chris, I don't see that much Zion highlights. Zion is almost unstoppable. And he is an afterthought, and I get it, from all the other stuff, but he's playing well. And it is amazing how quickly, Chris, somebody could be the next hotness.
Man.
And then all of a sudden you're not talking about him. You remember when Wiggins came in the league, right? He was supposed to be, oh, my God, and all that. And I'm not saying he hasn't had a good career.
He's had a good career, but not what he was supposed to be.
But not what he was supposed to be.
Close.
You know what I'm saying, right? And that is the kind of juice that Zion had as well.
I think Zion had way more than Wiggins, though.
No, but I'm just saying, but on that level, that kind of juice, and it just hasn't materialized.
Rob, Zion, for different, very different types of players, he had Wembanyama buzz. Like, Zion, he didn't have LeBron buzz, of course. But, Rob, he had Wembanyama buzz. Like, think about who was the last player. Kevin Durant had buzz. I don't know. Rob G, help us out. Since Durant, who came into the league with more buzz than Zion? Other than Wembanyama. Between Durant and Wembanyama. I may be missing somebody. I'll willingly admit that. I'm just kind of going off the top of my head. But, this dude there were people when he was in college saying he was one of the best 20 players in the world already. And now, to your point,
Rob G, how much have you heard about Zion? Are we being
it's all negative,
disingenuous, right?
The last 3 years, everything that's come out about
it's about strippers
Zion.
And babies and all this other stuff.
But I don't even think that. That may be playing some point.
It's been him being hurt.
Yeah, I'm just saying, Chris. I'm just saying. Yeah, but I'm saying that's the buzz I hear about him.
Well, even just basketball stuff. It's him being hurt. It's guys like C.J. McCollum, taking veiled shots at him through the media about him not being committed to the offseason program and being in shape. It's reports in publications like The Ringer that say him and David Griffin just don't get along and that they have a rocky relationship. So everything that's come out about Zion, basically since his rookie season has been negative.
Well, yeah, and I think mainly it's the injuries. And then I would say second would be the perception, and I'm not saying it's not true, but the perception that he just doesn't work hard, right? He hasn't cut down weight. He hasn't added a three-point shot. Now he's handling the ball, bringing it up court and things like that. But, and then just the fact that he's always injured. And so I think, young players, I mean, we mentioned Tyrese Halliburton. I'm not saying there's a ton of buzz around him. But now when you think of the best young players, Rob, obviously a lot of them are international.
Yep.
But, a Halliburton, a Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. At some point soon, I think Chet Holmgren's going to start getting more buzz. He's playing really well.
He's the rookie of the year right now. Ain't
Right
he?
now, yeah. Obviously, you got Wembanyama. But, yeah, I just think people feel like, one, he's never healthy. He's out of sight, out of mind. There's some of that. And also when he does, look, he's a very good player. But he is only averaging 23 points a game or a little less than that. He's only giving you, as for all the size, the strength, the leaping ability, why is he getting less than 6 rebounds a game? He hasn't added a three-point shot. He doesn't even take one a game. Like, Zion, Rob, he's putting up his numbers. Right now, they're not winning. I mean, they've been injured. They've been banged up. They're starting to win a little bit more now. But Zion needs to really have a resurgence. Because if he doesn't, Rob, you mentioned Wiggins. He'll be an afterthought. Because putting up 23 and 6 on a mediocre squad,
right?
That's not going to get you anything.
You're going to get buried in the headlines.
Yep.
There'll be way more people doing other stuff that people will be interested in, and that's where he's at. It is amazing how quickly, but out of sight, out of mind. When you get injured, Chris, people stop looking for you.
Yeah.
Right? You're not out there. I don't see any highlights. Oh, he's hurt. Okay, he's hurt again. Oh, he's hurt. And then before you know it, 2 or 3 years have gone by.
And then the perception, or to add on top of that, there's a feeling, well, he don't even want to play. Like he's not even that mad that he's hurt. Oh, I see him dunking 360s in some type of practice setting. Why isn't he playing? Remember the story about, what was his story when the playoffs rolled around or the play-in? He could play, but he couldn't be Zion.
Right. Oh, yeah, I remember that. Yep.
Is this Zion? Because Zion's second year, Rob, he averaged 27 and 7.
He was unstoppable,
His third
Chris.
year playing, he averaged 26 and 7. Is he already that's the thing too, Rob.
Has he plateaued?
Right. Or has the physical injuries? And obviously he's still incredibly athletic, but have they taken at least a little bit of a toll on him to the point where his scoring is 4 or 5 points down and his rebounding is down, which wasn't great in the first place? So